What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to the new Blitz robot with Magnetar. Or actually, the Blitz is old, the Magnetar is new. It's the light version of Pulsar, and you see the difference here. Pulsar 2100 damage and Magnetar 1800 damage. So the difference between light and medium is only 300 damage out of 2000. So that's a very, very small difference between the two weapon categories. And I wonder why the light weapons are allowed to do so well compared to mediums. I don't understand, but they're very powerful here, and I'm going to show you an entire gameplay montage with the Blitz using these 4 brand new Magnetars at fully Mk2 Max on the live server. And with this robot, you are so powerful, you can easily take on multiple enemies at the same time. It is really no problem. You just run in, you corner shoot, you take one guy out real quick, you lock them down, and I'm also utilizing the drone with the drone effects of doing suppression and lockdown, I think. Lockdown and suppression, that's what I do. And the Magnetar also locks down, and they lock down even faster when you use lockdown ammo or lockdown drone chips, obviously, right? So yeah, again, you see me here in the thick of it. I'm really battling. I almost never battle less than 3 guys. It almost never happens that I'm in less than a 3-on-1 here. And I want to show you how strong this thing still is, right? Okay, it's not 3-on-1 because I have a Ravana dude with me, but he's very defensively playing, and I'm playing incredibly aggressive. I'm so aggressive, and the reason I can play that aggressive is because I know I suppress every enemy. Every time I fire at them, they get locked and suppressed. Ravana uses Transcendence, comes out, locked and suppressed immediately again, right? And because I know I have the enemy, all of them suppressed, I can go into 3-on-1s no problem. All I have to do is I need to spread, I need to divide my targets and shoot everyone, right? I have to shoot him for a second, him for a second, him for a second, and then all 3 of them are suppressed. And I can then go back and cover. And you see the damage output of Magnetar is completely nuts. It is probably the most overpowered way to play the Blitz right now. With Magnetar, 3 times fully maxed, and then using the drone chips for suppression and lockdown, or suppression and freeze. You could also do freezing, which would increase your damage output by another 20%, but it would take you a little longer to lock people down. And I want to really be fast on the lockdown. Now I have, again, this was 3 guys. We have the tier robot sniping from the distance, we have the Blitz robot in front of us, and we have a Scorpion jumping from behind and ending it. So again, you can do 3-on-1s. Show me any other robot in the game that can so easily do 3-on-1s, except maybe the Shell robot. The Shell robot can also do 3-on-1s. The Falcon can go into a 3-on-1, right? But the Falcon will not kill fast. The Falcon simply tanks a lot of damage. This thing kills fast and goes into 3-on-1s and tanks, and is very aggressively playing when you do the suppression chip on the microchip. But again, this leads me to another point that I've already spoken about a couple of times, guys. I think these chips are way too effective. You shouldn't fire at somebody for just a second and he's immediately suppressed. And that every single time you fire at him. And then you fire at this guy, also suppressed. This guy, also suppressed. Entire enemy team, all of them are suppressed now. That makes no sense. It is completely unbalanced. You gotta realize that at this point, Pixonic, that this can't be happening. It is not right. Why the reason I can go into 3-on-1s and kill all 3 enemies and still come out 50% HP is because of this overpowered drone chip bullcrap. I'm sorry, this is what it is. I can't say it any other way. It is really bad. It is very bad for the game to have this. And I wish you guys would understand and change it so that these weapons like Shredder, Pulsar, Magnetar, cryo weapons would stop insta-applying effects from drones. It just makes the game very stupid at times. It means that very often, half of the time you're suppressed and locked. Half the entire playtime you're suppressed and locked, very often. And that's a very, very bad thing for the War Robots game. But that's not the point of the video. I just want to show you the setup here. But at the same time, I wanted to explain why I'm so easily able to do 3-on-1 so often and got no problem with this. It's because of that nonsense that the drones with the microchips can do. Especially with Pulsar, Magnetar, and and cryo weapons. These three are the most effective at doing these. Here, I suppressed, I got this guy, I got this guy. This guy to the left could not be suppressed because he had last stand preventing it. I'm staying out of 350 meters range from the Scorpion, right? You saw the Scorpion. I moved away from him out of 300 meters range, 350, so he cannot jump on me. Because I knew he was going to try that. And I don't want this right now because I want to keep sniping from far away. And when you get damage with a Blitz robot, you can just activate your ability. Even if you're out of range to even hit the enemy with those break-in suppression charges, you still gain your resistance, which is I think 80% or so resistance that you gain from activating the ability. You really take very little damage then, and you can survive much more, much longer, much more firepower. See, this is what you can do with these light weapons. These are light weapons. Let's not forget that a frickin' Patton could have this much firepower too, with 4 light weapons. Although, let's be honest, he doesn't have 3 passive modules, so you won't be able to have 3 times overdrive on it. And overdrive is running right now, so we're doing double damage. And with this little bit of health that I have here, I'm activating my resistance, and I'm doing so much damage to this Fenrir. Look, I barely take any damage at all. Like, every time I just come out, I start suppressing and locking him, and if he wants to hit me, well, sorry man, but you're suppressed. Every time he wants to shoot me, he's suppressed. There's never a time where he can actually deal damage. He must feel like a complete fool right there. He must feel so fooled, because every time this little low HP Blitz comes around the corner, insta-suppresses him, and he's not gonna do any damage. Every single time. Look, here, bump, suppressed again, can't deal damage. And takes a lot of damage himself, though. Uh-oh, I instantly phase shift because I noticed that the Titan came in range. And I wanted to make sure I don't get instantly taken out here. Let's see what we can do. Can we finish off this guy? We can lock and suppress him. But the Titan is coming in range. And I got the Titan suppressed too. Look, he's locked and suppressed immediately. And then the match ends. I didn't lose a weapon this time. That was cool. We did 2.2 million damage. It was a relatively quick match. It didn't take a long time. And we did 2.2 million damage with 4 light weapons, right? So, yeah, montaging into the next gameplay here, guys. If you like the video, you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, but you like the content, maybe you like the commentary, or maybe you hate the commentary, but you like the content. In any case, guys, if you would, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of it, okay? Because I know that at least about 50% of you guys out there watching haven't yet subscribed to the channel. That means there's a lot of you who are regularly watching but haven't yet, but, you know, didn't become part of the team, if you want to call it like that. And if you want, you know, that is something I'd like to see you guys do. So this guy, he's locked now, finally. It took forever because he had anti-control. And there's another dude up there, getting him locked and suppressed. And then he teleports back. Alright. We have flamethrowers coming in. We have this guy down there. He's suppressed and locked. And I'm gonna take him down in a few seconds. Down to last stand first. Alright, there it is. Last stand is active. After last stand, I will be finishing off the rest of him finally. There's very little he can do because the sparks, although they're not bad, they do not offer nearly this much firepower that this setup here does. Did you see how fast we broke through the physical shield on the side on the shell? Like 1.5 seconds of firing and we broke through the physical shield. Now overdrive is active, so we're starting to do double damage from this point on. Also against physical shielded on the Blitz, on the shell. When I shoot him, he takes double damage. And see that? I immediately break through his physical shield and I get him down to last stand so fast. And this is a tank robot right there. How did I not hit him? Did you see that? I missed the Hades because he was falling down. Both of my suppression charges missed him. What the heck? That is a very rare thing to see. But I can still take him out just afterwards. We still have this guy here. Oh, he's got the wasp weapon on it, so he can go right through our resistance with the corrosion. Corner shooting here, doing free damage, right? See, the enemy is taking damage over there. I'm taking none because I simply corner shoot around the edge here. I do the same thing here as well. This guy is leeching, so I better stop firing, right? I do not want to kill my teammates here. That's something that people unfortunately still do very often, is that they still fire at leeching leeches, right? I do that sometimes when I have maybe Viper, or maybe I have Wasp or Hornet, right? So the corrosion weapons. With corrosion weapons, I also sometimes do it because the corrosion at least bypasses the resistance. But without corrosion weapons, you should never fire at a leeching leech. With Titan weapons, you can do it too, or with a laser beam of the Hawk. So everything that bypasses resistance, that you can use to, you know, to do that. You know what would be interesting? A legendary pilot that, similar to the Adrian pilot, that adds resistance bypass to all the weapons you're using. But at the same time, it would also be a problem because Fenrirs and Falcons, they rely on this, right? And they wouldn't be useful then. So we're still in the game with 3 Pulsars. Nope. Magnetars, not Pulsar. I love how Pixonic manages to make one category of weapon always sound similar, right? Wasp, Hornet, and then Sting. Doesn't fit that well, but it's okay. Pulsar and Magnetar. There are so many versions where this fits, and I feel like this is really, really cool. Punisher and Avenger also fits together, and there's probably many more that I just don't realize right now. Spark and Scourge. Well, Scourge is not necessarily the same. Anyways, let's go into the next match. 270,000 HP on our Blitz robot right here with overdrive, with passive, with the module. What's it called? With balanced unit, you could go and get this up to about 300,000 HP probably, and you would still do 30% more damage or so. But I'd rather do 90 or 80% more damage and have less HP. My playstyle is high risk, high reward, right? I'd rather have less survivability but be able to dish out more damage in return. This is my playstyle. I enjoy this a lot, to play like that. And look how many enemies we have on us. We have a Scorpion. We literally had a Leech, an Aochun, a Scorpion, and the Hawk that I just killed. All of those are on us, right? And we also have backup, right? So our team is also here, which I'm now going behind. But I killed this guy, I got this guy, and I almost gotten the kill here against the Leech as well. So massive firepower on those Magnetars. Probably the most overpowered light weapon currently in the game, except maybe Scatter. So the currently most overpowered weapons are Scatter for short range and Magnetar for long range and for lockdown. These two weapons are so incredibly overpowered. Both of them are. And Magnetar is really putting the nail on, and the last nail in the coffin here for everybody at long range. It's just crazy. Here, I'm running in against 4 guys to take out this dude, right? Doing it. Then dropping this guy almost to last stand, but unfortunately, and I would have dropped him to last stand, but I got suppressed by the Typhon robot. So again, I got here so fast that the enemy hasn't even gotten past their base here yet. I usually use the ability immediately as I spawn, and when I do this, then the enemy will still be in their base, and I can already start locking on some poor sucker and dish out a lot of damage against him. Alright, getting back. Go! Their laser beam! That's not good. They bypass the resistance, that's why I'm running away. And now I realize we have no one on our beacon. It's not even captured yet. It's freaking white. No one of my team bothered getting the beacon. That's just typical for me, man. So let's just go in here, right? And then delete that Hawk real quick. Capture the beacon back. Thankfully, we get it very quickly. And bum bum bum. Now we can finish off the Aochun. Lock him and suppress him. And let me just show you how you can delete everything with those Magnetars, man. Up to 600 meters range. You know, you could run this setup with an active module like Deathmark. You could have the intensified drone damage too. So in this case, we would have 300% weapon damage, maybe even more with Deathmark. It would probably even be 320 or something. 320% damage output with Magnetar that already does so much, right? I guess that's something that I might try in some other live stream at some point. Maybe next week or the upcoming week or whatever. Maybe we're going to try this with Overdrive 3 times and then the intensifier of the drone damage with unactive modules with Deathmark. Because we don't need lockdown ammo. The thing locks down all by itself. Then we could have Deathmark and Freezing. We can have Deathmark, Freezing, that's 40% already. Overdrive 80%, Pilot Skills 20%, that's already 100, so 140 already. And then the 80% from the damage, so that's really 320% damage. Oh, it's absolutely outrageous. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this in another upcoming video. So again, guys, that would be when you subscribe to the channel, you get notified when a stream like that goes live, or the next giveaway for that matter. During February, there will be another big giveaway coming, right? So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so let's run in, deal some damage here, big time. Oh, getting myself back in cover. Huh. I'm still alive, and I still have all 4 weapons, and that's the best thing. Having Overdrive running and not having a weapons lost is the best thing that's possible. Let's do some damage to the Titan, or lock him down at least. What do we have here? Oh, it's a Scorpion. And the problem is I got suppressed now too. He also has suppression effects on those cryo weapons. And there's a Ravana coming from the left side, who's now going to do a lot of damage to me. And I'm in this crazy 2-on-1. My abilities are down, no phase shift, nothing. So I'm done. But yeah, so how do you like this video? How do you like the Blitz with Magnetar? Do you also agree that this is probably the most overpowered light weapon in the game now, aside from the short-range Scatter? The Scatter is more overpowered in short range, but medium and long range, I think this is as crazy as it gets right now, right? What do you think? So yeah, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.